welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Good night from the Dusty Wheel. As we say around here, smash to black.
If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Good night from the Dusty Wheel. As we say around here, smash to black. Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, the Innkeeper, and this is our live call and talk show all about the Wheel of Time. And that is Kevin. Hey, that worked out pretty good that time. I had to tell myself that is Kevin. Kevin,
Yeah, I usually
Yeah.
get the direction wrong the first couple times.
it is a funky thing. Welcome back to the Dusty
Oh,
Wheel.
it's so good to be here.
Are you excited about this? Are you excited that we're going to actually see the finale of season 2?
Yeah, I think so. I had a good think about it, and yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's a good description.
Is that a reasonable description?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of the commentary about this. Obviously, the finale is tomorrow, everyone. It drops at 8 p.m. Eastern. And a lot of fans are like, this is where we're all kind of like, no, we need 10 episodes. We need 12 episodes.
Yeah.
What's your perfect episode length? Like, now that you've seen this season, what would have been is it 9, 10, 12? How many episodes would Kevin want if Kevin could have chosen a number of episodes for this season? 22?
22. The first number that popped in my head was 13. Just because it's a nice fun number for the Forsaken, of course. I feel like 10 would have been like. I know 10 is kind of thrown around because that was what Game of Thrones did, and there's always those comparisons. But 10 does feel like the right number as far as establishing, certain story arcs without having to, cut corners or feeling too rushed, which there wasn't as much of it that I felt in this season where it felt rushed. But there were a couple moments where I wish they could have fleshed this out as opposed to having a time jump. It's going to happen.
There were a couple spots like in episode 7, we'll talk about that here shortly, where I felt like, episode 7 was one of those where another 10 minutes, I think, could have really, it was one of those moments where you're like, oh, I feel like it was kind of rushed to get to places. I'm going to end this poll. 235 of you have voted on episode 8, Will. And then I just threw out, honestly, this was 40 minutes ago or something. And I was like, I just need a poll up here. And so I was like, what will episode 8 do? And I was like, bounce like Hopper, sing like Loyal, mystify like Lanfear, or burn like Kyrian. And apparently, however you guys understood burn like Kyrian, that's 37% of you. A lot of people were like, that sounds negative. I was like, I don't know. You saw the end of episode 7. Did you think that was negative, or did you enjoy episode 7, Kevin?
I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I don't think it was the top of my list, but it was in the top 3 or 4. I think it was in the upper half of what I've seen so far. But yeah, I very much enjoyed this version of the burning of Kyrian's Foregate. The casual nature of it.
The casual, yeah. I'm gonna put I'm gonna ask this question in chat. Ideal number of episodes per season, and see how crazy or freakish the answers are here. But 8, 10, 12, more than 12. There's your options there. Let's see. I imagine I know what people are going to say here. I should have said 13. You're right.
Yeah. Choose wisely, chat.
Okay, so to kick us off, I want to share this with everyone, and we'll probably open the call lines early tonight. We will get the callers in because it's probably not. I'm not going to go late, honestly, because I have a headache. And so you might be like, why is he so chill and relaxed and quiet tonight? It's my brain is like, you could go to sleep right now. So
this is going to be the chillest episode of the Dusty Wheel ever.
So if you're just sitting here like, go ahead, Kevin, keep talking. Yeah. So I don't expect this one to go late, everybody, but we are going to cover, episode 7 a bit, talk about episode 8, what the plans are for tomorrow. And I guess this is a great time. Kevin, I don't know if you've heard me say this yet. I can't remember if I talked about this last time you were on. But as far as tomorrow, everyone, let me grab this off of the Dusty Wheel channel, of course, for those of you that are here. We are doing, obviously, our normal after show. And that's going to be covering episode 8. We do a pre-show, then we do like a live watch, and we do after show. I'm going to be around for the pre-show, but then I have something different I'm choosing to do, which is I'm going to sign off of all social media. As soon as the episode drops, I'm going to sign out of social media, and I won't be back on social media, nor will I be watching the episode until the following Thursday. And I'm going to watch that live for the first time with Daniel Green and Brandon Sanderson, who are also watching it for the first time live. And we're going to watch it together live, and we'll have kind of a live reactions screening, if you will. So you can kind of...
What a sacrifice you've made.
You can watch us all watch it. And, we have a second guest. Who? What? Innkeeper.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
So I just broke it to everybody exactly what's happening next Thursday. So I will be here for the pre-show, and I will get all hyped and with everyone else tomorrow. But then, I will be gone for a week, which will be like a really weird thing.
Wow.
It'll be a really strange moment.
It's a great company. Like I did hear about that stream, but I did not know that you'd be going into it without having watched it before that point, which is... Yeah, I'm impressed. I can only say impressed.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird thing. I like this. Noman Garden said, how long will Matt manage to maintain the social media blackout? Might actually be like a really cathartic moment of like, life exists outside of social media. So it is a weird thing for me because we've built up this whole moment, and then I'm not going to watch the end with everyone else. But I think it'll be really fun for us all, the three of us, to actually see it for the first time and then react to it and have people who know what's going to happen. Like all of you out there that are going to watch it will know what's happening, or we'll probably anticipate where we might react to things that are going on. So, that's going to be interesting. And I will, I'll post a link to that stream. My fellow Innkeeper here will take the Dusty Wheel all the way through the after show of the finale, and he'll be helping to get things posted. So I don't want anything spoiled, right? I don't want anything spoiled. So
perfect.
So I love this comment. This was Elfwitch said, Matt is going back to the 90s, like when the books were first published. Totally. I hope you will still show up for the pre-show, enjoy the live watch and after show. And like I said, I will be here to hang out with everybody. Is this Innkeeper? Are you still supportive of this idea, or where are you at? Are you like, go for it?
I'm supportive of myself here. And whatever you're doing, I have no idea why and what you're doing.
You're like, I'll be there.
No, but it's also like, it's not too late.
Yeah. You don't have to tell anybody, right? Wink, wink. You can still watch it. Let me see. That was an interesting comment by Thor. We'll have to ask that. So episode 7, and let's jump into that, everybody. We're going to play a clip. Honestly, if you have both of you seen the clip with Daniel Henny that I did for the interview? that I just posted?
Oh, I don't think
Oh
I
yeah,
said
yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, no.
I,
Oh,
I
yeah,
want
no,
to. I
You
want
have
to
not
see
seen
though.
it, Kevin? You have not seen it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready for it though.
We have to watch this. So if you recall, I dropped a couple clips of interviews that I did before the strike started, but people were upset because I kind of like, what is it called? I blanked out certain parts of interviews, and Daniel Henny had 2 questions that I just kind of did not. I decided to take them out because I thought it might lead people down a road that was kind of spoilery, and so I think it's fair. I think we'll all listen to the beginning of this. I think we'll and we'll see how you feel, Kevin. Like, did I make the right call? So here's the Daniel Henny interview. Enjoy, everyone. Hey, so when we were talking a while back, right, you told me that this role was something new, different, and challenging for you. So I'm kind of wondering, for season 2, what was something new, different, and challenging for you?
I think season 1 we had there was, and I don't want to make this sound like I'm criticizing, but there was some unevenness, I think, for a lot of things, but for Lan's line, especially his emotional line at times, I think he was up and down. The first 3 or 4 episodes he was pretty classic stoic, didn't say a lot. Then we had some really emotional scenes toward the end, and they were all great, but I always felt like, I wish there was a little more of they were a little more smooth in terms of transition. Season 2, we didn't have some of the internal struggle we dealt with. It was a more complete season. We had COVID, and it shut us down 3 or 4 times. But it still feels like a more complete season, and we felt like that as actors as well. So the scripts weren't changing as much. We could focus on where they were going, and so we were able to. When I watch it back now, I just see I see the emotional lines. But it's less up and down, extreme up and down, and more of a flow, which felt more natural. So you're going to see him go places, but it's not quite so abrupt, and I quite like that.
So I shared this question with everyone.
That's awesome.
Then I asked this question and did not share the
there's
answer.
A ton of new cast members that you had this year. Is there a particular cast member or character, I guess, in season 2 that impacts, or a new character that impacts Lan's journey the most?
I mean, I think Lanfear has a pretty good impact on journeys. Tasha's amazing. I've really enjoyed working with her. I was a big
okay, we'll stop there for a second. Yes, you didn't see Kevin's eyebrows shoot up when that happened, but yeah, you saw Kevin. So imagine a moment for you. Imagine being in there in that moment. This is in June. These were pre-recorded before the strike. And I asked that second question that I had kind of asked, planned to ask. How surprised would you have been to have received the answer Lanfear in that moment?
I don't know if would have been able to form sentences or think coherently, because I would have been like theorizing in the moment, like how possibly are their paths going to cross to where they have an impact on each other. Wow.
Yeah. It was not what I was expecting to hear. And you can just like see this moment. It is funny because he did kind of smile as he answered it. So let me show you this again. But now that at least we've seen episode 7, we can, at least understand. Because, I'll explain it. But let's watch it just one more time here. I know everyone was talking about volume. Sorry, everybody. That's as high as I can get the clip volume. So here you go.
I mean, I think Lanfear has a pretty good impact on journeys. Tasha's amazing. I've really enjoyed working with her. I was a big Peaky Blinders fan, and so we welcomed her with open arms, and she's incredible. So she has a pretty big impact. I mean, there's some really cool characters. I'm not sure what's been revealed, what hasn't, but we spent some time obviously with Varen. There's some nice moments with Varen as well, and she's incredible. And it's just really interesting to see this whole world grow so much. I mean,
I've seen some comments in chat like this one. Bane and Chiad said he smiled and sipped. And I was like, he did smile and sip.
As far as Daniel Henny is concerned, I think he's a lot more clued into the fandom than people realize. Like he says he answers bird Trolloc for his favorite Trolloc every time.
Yeah.
Like
you're like, wait, what? And Daniel Lou said this has an impact on journeys. I agree. like I could have tried to write that off like, oh, Daniel didn't hear me say your character. He was just talking about journeys. But yeah, a really funny moment. And this Alexander said, yeah, or Daniel knows Matt is a huge Lanfear fan, either or. That's why I didn't know when I could drop this clip because I was like, was he just messing with me? And I was watching the whole season and I was like, nothing. What? This answer doesn't make sense.
Is it?
I was like, is it going to get to episode 8 and it's just not going to be there, and I'm just going to release it and like say that he was just messing with me? And then we did see episode 7, and I was like, okay, like it finally made sense, and I finally feel like I can release this clip. So yeah,
I mean, there is like this dusty wheel compulsion bubble that makes you say Lanfear when you're on the set.
Didn't Taylor Napier, when I interviewed him, I swear I asked him his favorite character, and he was like, Lanfear. And I was like, wait, what's going on? So, yes, exactly. Rantal Moore said Matt just wanted to keep all the Lanfear to himself. Yes, we should start a Lanfear fan club. Exactly. So yeah, a really much G to Innkeeper for holding that clip for 3 months. Kevin, did I make the right choice here?
I think so. I trust you. I trusted your judgment during the show when you showed them, and I trusted them now. That was a good call.
There was this moment where I'd gotten a note afterwards, and like, because you can release these things as they unlabel you to release them. And it was like, yeah, just don't post any spoilers. And I was like, I guess I'm glad that he said this to me, because I don't feel like this got to anybody else. So probably the perfect person to have revealed that to. But yeah, a really crazy moment in June of this summer to be holding on to until now.
I mean, yet another secret you've kept about Lanfear.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just add it to the collection.
That's true. That is absolutely true. Let's what does this poll look like here? About 340 of you over the last 10 minutes or so have answered this ideal number of episodes per season. And okay, I thought they were being unrealistically like the more than 12 route, but no, people are just like, I think 10 won out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm there. I think 10 would be ideal for what we've seen the story we've seen them tell in each of these seasons so far. I think another 2 episodes could have really let them build it out a bit more. So yeah, that makes sense. Apparently, yes. I think C from EDN has already started a Lanfear club. Yeah, all the Lanfear clubs that are starting right now, I'm really proud of everyone for jumping in. Who was it? It was Jessica. It was Jessica who asked on Twitter. She was like, "So, how does it feel for all these everyone kind of becoming Lanfear fans?" And I was like, yeah, it's like giving a speech in an empty stadium for decades, and then like one day you're going back to give another speech and like it's full. There's like bands playing and Lanfear's written in the end zones, and like
you got like reporters writing articles about
best of
Lanfear.
So yeah, it was a a very funny moment to have been given Lanfear and not be able to have to hold that interview for a while. So I thank you everybody for bearing with us while you waited for that episode to come up. As someone, this is new from the there we go. Why they said, as someone that is new to Watt from the show, I love it. Lanfear is my favorite, with Matt a close second. Episode 5 of season 2 is my favorite episode so far. Well, welcome,
and be wary of book spoilers. We might
there's like full book spoilers in chat right now. So for those of you that don't like them, just assume you're going to run into some. And Stanley said even just 8 episodes that are 70 minutes long. Yeah, that's true. A little bit of they've gone a little bit longer today. So
I think obviously we don't know the runtime of episode 8, but I think someone did the math, and with all of the extra minutes that we've had so far, we've effectively gotten 9 episodes this season if you compare it to season 1. So
okay.
And that includes cutting out the theme song as well. So
nice. Okay. By the way, 22 hours. Thank you, Rantal Moore. 22 hours till the after
Just
show.
So I know, there was no clip, teaser, nothing today, right?
I didn't see a clip teaser
good.
today.
Okay, all right.
I did not see one.
Okay. Yeah.
There were some pictures, but that was it as far as I know.
Okay, good. Okay.
If someone wants
That's
to send me some
interesting.
text, we won't be talking about just episode 8 just yet.
Yeah.
But we're not going to wait too long. Like I said, this is going to be a shorter episode tonight, everybody. But I did want to like jump in and talk episode 7 for a bit here. What was your, at least now you've had a week to sit on this, Kevin, what's your favorite moment of episode 7?
I'm going to surprise absolutely nobody and say it was when Nynaeve and Elaine interacted with Loyal in Falme.
Yes.
Because it was just, it was such a great small character moment, just reaffirming everything that we know about the characters to be true, cementing in, who they are to the audience, and just a funny moment too with Nynaeve saying, "Don't encourage her." It's just a great dynamic.
Okay, I'm going to play that short clip here. It's really funny. Here you go.
Wisdom Almira. Nynaeve. It is you. How did you...
Where's Perrin? Is he all right?
Escaped. Thank the light. Elaine Drakand. Daughter, heir of Andor.
Get up. Don't encourage her.
I am Loyal. Son of Arendt. Son of Halan.
Your name sings in his ears. Now get up. We don't have much time.
Have you seen a Egwene builder?
Like
It's the look to the side, like,
Yeah.
oh man,
That's how you do it.
oh, so
that
funny.
someone had one of those like where it was like her saying something about the 1,000 years thing to like the strongest channeler, and then it was like then the next layer was like Elaine Tracon after that. So yeah, I hilariously done. That was one of my favorite parts for sure. I have to say that just the visuals of this part right here for me personally was just like really, really cool because of how this
afraid of you.
parallels with the books.
If you're going to use one of the forms, use cat crosses the courtyard. Keep your back straight. Every muscle loose, as if hung with more wire at the top of your head. Go. The Amelin waits.
Just that shot right there. Just like really good. Like obviously they didn't have this meetup in Faldara, so bringing it into this moment and having them converge on this place and having that moment with Lan and Rand. I totally obviously agree with those of you out there that are like, I want more Lan and Rand moments. Yes. I would like that too. But this was a cool moment for me. Honest, was this your favorite moment, or did you pick something different from what we've already shown? Do you have a different favorite moment of the episode?
I probably had two that are slightly different. One, the Varen lie, and then the Liana, Varen, you sent for me, and how that throws back to the Moiraine sent me lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, that
Well,
was.
but I thought that I saw a comment from Rafe that there wasn't, like in an interview that he did with Megan with Collider, said that that she didn't lie.
Yeah, no,
Something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, no. I when I say lie, it's because it's the same feeling for fans. Did she
Gotcha,
lie? Did
okay.
she not lie? That show fans would be doing the same sort of theorizing.
Gotcha.
Wait, did she
Yeah,
lie
yeah.
or not lie?
Because that
And
same
then-
like more
Right, exactly.
line. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly. Similar. It's similar kind of feeling I got. But what I liked in terms of overall as an arc for Lan and what had happened in leading up to this, I wasn't entirely happy, but I did really like the fact that it was Lan who figured out, the show has built up this warder Aes Sedai bond and how important it is for Lan to help Moiraine, and for him to have figured it out, however plausible that may be or not. I just liked that the show was going for that and they landed it, I think.
Gotcha. This
yeah.
goes back to that kind of like, what was he doing aspect.
Right, exactly.
And he was trying to like figure out what the problem
exactly.
was. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely see a lot of that also with like I think it was back in was it episode 5? When do Alana, Maxim, and Yvonne
4
speak with Sheriam in 4?
With Sheriam.
Oh, in in Alana's room. I think that was episode 3 because was that 2 because they were discussing.
That was 2. That was 2.
It was Nynaeve going.
No,
they were
'cause I
discussing Nynaeve taking the testing. Yeah.
No, because the one where they talk to her because she's like, "Well, it looks like you're packed up and you're leaving." I thought
Yeah,
that was
that's
later.
That's 2. Yep.
That's
Yeah,
2.
there's 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
it
at
was
the end of 2,
pre-accepted tests.
Yeah, and the end of 2, they show up to get Lan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like how they're all 3 of them are talking to Sheriam, and almost like how Sheriam's kind of like, why am I getting questions from so many of you? Which is the point where she's like, yeah, there's 3 of you, but only one of you, only one vote, basically.
In the hall.
In the hall. So yeah, I liked that. I like that aspect too. Let me show that. Let me show the one you brought up with Varen coming in here with Lord Barthenius screaming.
The city's ready.
The Amelin requires your strength to protect Cairhien. I've been told to watch the boy. This is an order, Lyanna Sedai. I'll take his shield.
I'd still love the Lyanna black glove
Oh yeah.
theory.
Yeah.
Don't let her get close to you. You are very clever with your words, sister.
I love that part. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, really like, I think you brought this up on us, that they brought in this aspect of Moiraine sent me
Right.
into this moment in a way that like really hits, I think, in the same way. And then they had Lyanna go up and with Siuan, and then you have that moment where Siuan's just like, stay here, daughter, I need to go prevent them from leaving town, kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay, any chance here, anyone? Do either of you believe, is there even a possibility that Lyanna is wearing, like giving us a signal that that's the black glove?
It's
from
the Darkfriend social.
Yeah. Because I know people are like, no, it looks like a dark blue glove,
No.
I hadn't
No.
heard this theory. I must have
You've-
missed this one.
Oh, you
No,
haven't
I
heard
just-
this one? No?
Yeah. The black. So I mean, you know about the Leandrin hand movement.
Yes, like the Leandrin hand
Kevin,
movement.
do you know what
right,
the Leandrin
Kevin?
hand movement, glove person hand movement? Oh,
What? Kevin,
How have I missed this
Kevin
one?
has
You know,
missed this one?
that one was like a slam dunk. Oh, we know it's Leandrin, but then people said no, Lyanna with the black glove.
Like, by the way, I love in chat we're getting, like I said, the gloves are dark blue. Yeah, right. Like, I know but that's the fun part. So yeah, no. So Kevin, I guess you probably missed one of them. So the person that in the Darkfriend social with that like has the black glove that looks like with the black ring, they kind of like scrunch their fingers, like on their leg. And there's 2 moments, at least 2, if not 3 moments, where Liandrin has does something with her hands in that same movement, like when she's with Matt, when she's waiting for Nynaeve, or she's watching Nynaeve talk to a warder. And there's like one other moment. So the belief is that that's Liandrin. So okay, I'm gonna ask everybody, go back to the Darkfriend social. Was it Liandrin at the Darkfriend social with the black glove? Yes, Liandrin. We'll say no, it was Lyanna. We'll say no, it was who else? Who?
Sheriam? Did you do Sheriam?
Oh, Sheriam. Okay.
Maybe Joya Beer. We've seen her. We've seen her a lot.
This is what I like so much. Every named Aes Sedai, and we're like, is this Black Aja? Like this is like
Joya
exactly.
Beer.
I know, but like I just said that the same thing with, and again the feeling or the kind of speculation in the books when you find out anyone can be Black Aja, you're like, wait, are they Black Aja? And
Mhm.
we're doing the same with literally anyone who's on the screen now, because they can make those changes. And I mean, I'm sure you're going to show the Maxim thing and how that plays into.
Yes, and yeah, we'll go over that one.
Okay.
Because I actually have a different theory about it.
Okay.
So, by the way, need to zoom in the gloves, else we riot. So if you want to go and send me, if someone wants to send me the close-ups again, I can't remember. Innkeeper, do we have the images from that previous?
Are you which is it from this episode? I can get it.
No, this is like when we did the black glove comparison. It's probably been a while, so we had some. I was just going to show the black glove comparison images, but I can't remember how far back we had to. How many shows ago that was? It was like that was a while ago. So if anyone wants to send me those images, we certainly can. I do want to highlight this. I saw this one from. Where's it at? This was Screen Rant. This question is quite interesting, and it's not a spoiler for the season, I don't think. This is by Owen Danoff, and he did an interview with Rafe. And let me see. Okay, so let me show you this first one, and we'll just we'll chat about this. The Wheel of Time was faced with major obstacles during the production of its first season. First, COVID shut down filming. Then by the time filming resumed, the show had lost one of its core actors in Barney Harris, who had left the show for undisclosed reasons. The fan favorite of character Matt was recast with Irish actor Donal Finn joining the production for season 2. Anyways, the question he asked was, when asked about Matt's season 2 story in a recent interview with Screen Rant, showrunner Rafe Judkins shines a light on why that's the case, tying it all back to Barney Harris. He said, it was a complete rewrite of the entire season. We always wanted to tell the story in season 2 of Matt as a hero who doesn't think he's a hero. And I would have loved to tell the story of the 3 boys on the hunt for the Horn of Valir, but we didn't get to tell that story. In TV, you can never be apologetic about the story you're telling. So since we couldn't do that story, we wanted to lean in fully to the story of the 5 of Ebbins Field. The 5 of the Ebbins Field 5 being separate for the first time, with each of them on their own path. I thought that was it's interesting to kind of actually have him talk about it and point out that they did a complete rewrite of season 2 because of what happened with Barney Harris and recasting Matt. Does that explain anything to you, or does that change anything to you for you, Kevin, as far as you looked at that season?
To me, it tells me that there's somewhere out there a Flickr world where Barney Harris is still the same Matt, and we're getting those boys on that journey. And I'm happy for that Flickr world, but I'm still happy enough. And it shows to me how well they did the rewrite, that they've had season 2 be so great, despite that fact that they couldn't tell that story they wanted to tell. And I'm glad that they leaned into the direction they chose, because I think it's been effective in that sense.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was a total rewrite, but it makes sense now why they went the route they did. But this was always a merge of the 2 books, or like I always think of it as book 2 and book 3 together. So them kind of like on these separate journeys, that part I actually liked. I like that. If this makes sense, the Eye of the World, the book does this too, where it's kind of like everyone goes to the Eye, and then it's like Rand goes off. They all kind of get like beat up a bit, and they have to fight these other 2 Forsaken while Rand goes off. In the second book, there's a little bit of that kind of like Rand gets split off from them, but they come back together, and Matt and Perrin are kind of like, well, they're going along to find the or to continue looking for the horn, and then they get merged back together in Cairhien, and then they go right. So there was always this kind of like I like that Perrin got the focus. Yeah. Does that make sense? I like that we
let him shine for sure.
Instead of having them all together, it would have been harder to have them each individually shine in that moment, which is why I think Robert Jordan split them up in the first place, soon after they were on the hunt, if you will. So yeah, I like that Perrin got to shine. I just wish we would have still got more Perrin. Like I was like, cool, he's on his own, and we still did not get kind of the amount of his storyline that I had hoped. But that it did feel nice to have him get the attention, if you will. Was it Leandrin, by the way? Here's the poll. Was it Leandrin at the Darkfriend social with the black glove? 73% of you say yes, Leandrin. And then 3% say no, it was Lyanna. There we go. That's our loony theory right there. No, it was Sheriam or Joya. No, it was someone else. They both got about 11, 12% of the vote. So, Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
They're making me want to back the glove theory because it's so low.
You're gonna go back and look it up. I get that.
Oh, the evidence does not like the evidence when you look at it, you're like, yes, this is definitely a possibility. It doesn't rule it out.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
For you, Innkeeper, does that comment from Rafe change how you perceive season 2 at all?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it would be totally different, right? Would Rand how would they split everyone up, right? If they were going to be like, this was the end of the season was Rand saying, "I'm gonna go off, tell him I'm dead," and how, would they have started in Faldara and then gone on the hunt? Would they just have been on the hunt together, and we would have gotten a split to Mirror Worlds? Like there's so many questions in my head where we could have had Mirror Worlds and Portal Stone if that had happened. But what we did get, especially Perrin's story, if you look at the kind of last season, he has this whole arc and he meets up with the traveling people, and now he meets up with the Aiel, and they're showing him two different sides of his, the pacifism and kind of the warrior side of him, and he's meeting all of his kind of things he needs to complete his story, right? He's met the White Clothes, he's met the wolves. So I think for Perrin, it's it's hitting all the points, even though they've made changes. I think for Matt and Rand, they've been more different stories, just because their arc was much different. So yeah, it would have been interesting to see what they would have done, but I'm keeping with what happened and how they did it. It works totally for me.
Yeah, I just asked that. Well, I just asked this question in chat or into the chat poll. There we go. Does Rafe's comment increase your opinion about season 2? Yes. No. Same opinion of season 2. No, it decreases it. So yeah, it I guess it increases it somewhat to me, knowing that they worked around that challenge was an ongoing one that affected kind of what maybe they intended to do with season 2. So knowing that, then I am impressed that we still got something that I thought was I really have enjoyed season 2. So I'm excited that knowing they did a full rewrite, that they were able, I think you said that, Kevin, you're like, well, knowing that they were able to still give us what they gave us.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I'm almost thinking, if that didn't happen, would we have gotten that much Lanfear?
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things like that, right? The Forsaken have taken center stage, which I think they would have anyways, but there's a whole arc with Rand and Celine that's in a book 2, but it's center stage for the first part of the season.
Yeah.
It works.
It is an interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they finish this off. Other episode 7 stuff. I know I've told everybody. I'm only going to take, by the way, probably a couple calls, not many tonight. 1 through 3 talk Watt. That's 1 through 3 825-5968. Like I said, I have a headache, so if you're calling, please make sure. We want people to hear you, but let's keep it Innkeeper headache ready from a call perspective. Just want to enjoy this last moment before the finale. So yes, keep it in mind. I have a headache. so when you call in, just note that. I did see that Rafe had answered some questions today. Did you all see these on Instagram?
On Instagram, yeah.
There are some episode 8 portions of these. I'm not going to show those for those that are watching. I think I'm right in saying that the 2 and 3 are fine. They're not spoilerish. So
the Easter egg one, yeah.
Favorite. There's some.
So yeah, character I thought was fine, and then the next one is Easter egg. I think is totally fine.
Favorite costume.
And then costume I think was fine. So I'm gonna do those 3, and let's kind of. Sorry, I know you're all hearing him. So let's watch these, and then we can talk about them here. So enjoy.
Good new characters in season 2. There's Elaine, Avienda, Varen. I can't choose between those 3.
It's missing one.
They're all amazing.
Yeah.
There is an Easter egg in.
Oh, so yeah. What did you think about that? Kevin, were you also horrified that he didn't mention Lanfear? Did that?
The blow is softened by him mentioning Elaine, but
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
I still hurt a little inside for you. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I know. It's like weird. Like I felt a little.
I think it was more of like he's like, I can't say Lanfear and not say and then say other names, so I'm just not gonna say it.
Yeah.
So Lanfear stands alone.
Let me end this, by the way, people. We're doing more with Rafe here. I saw like, are they confused? Does Rafe's comment increase your opinion about season 2? I'm going to end this poll just because it's not relevant to our discussion. No, this one, but for those of you asking in chat, what we just saw, that's not what the poll refers to. It's a comment that Rafe made actually about the fact that they had to do a season 2 rewrite due to Barney Harris leaving the show, and that they changed they decided they couldn't give us the Matt, Perrin, and Rand go off for the Horn of Valyr, so they leaned into telling the kind of separate stories for each of them, which I think was a really good choice. It worked for me for sure. So I'm going to end this poll. About 230 of you voted on this one. It looks like about 50% of you said it does increase the opinion of season 2. Okay, that's interesting. About 48% of you said same opinion, and then 1% of you said no, it decreases it. Okay, that's an interesting point. That was a fun question about favorite characters. This one was fun too, and I think worth listening to also.
Episode 7 that involves a very important weave that allows channelers to move distances. And if you pay attention, the nod is there.
Ooh, if you pay attention, the nod is there. Does anyone... I mean, I think we're all on the same page. This is full book spoilers, anyone. So if you're here and you don't want to know anything from the books, it's the wrong place to be tonight. But with full book spoilers kind of acknowledged, obviously talking about traveling weave here. Anyone, have you conceptualized what this nod was to the weave?
Oh, I mean, I think what I got was when Matt wakes up and he's like, welcome to Falme. And he's like, how did I get here? And she's like, that's my little secret.
That's my little secret. Okay. I
think that was probably it. Because I mean, it's clearly like they wanted that to be like, this is Falme. And he's like, how did I get here? And she's like, this is not important. It's my little secret. Let's move on. But to us, we're like, okay, yeah.
Okay, let's watch that one.
We need to do a hand analysis there.
I know. Apparently you can see like his face too.
Already done.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to Falme.
Who are you? How did I get here?
That's my little secret.
I'm sorry. Who?
I like it. That's my little secret. And then Stuarty just said, wasn't the Easter egg in the shape of a weave? I don't know. Like I didn't see anything that would have given us like a weave shape, if you will. I didn't see anything in that one. So yeah, good question. I mean, so let's ask this. No,
Daniel's mad at you creatively.
Matt, so help me. If I find out you cheat and watch the episode before Brandon and I will take this channel away from you. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. I'm signing off. I'm guessing, Daniel, if you're watching this, I'm actually signing off of social media for like the entire week. How are you not getting stuff ruined? Like Daniel still got to post stuff. So good luck on not having stuff ruined, man. I'm actually going away. I'm going away for
get that scheduler up and running. Schedule your entire weeks of posts.
Yeah. That was. Do you think that? So I'm going to put this out there. Stuarty said at the Waygate. Sorry, I'm like trying to catch up to. Wasn't the Easter egg the shape of the weave? At the Waygate, the trefoil leaf.
That was in the first season as well.
Yeah. So I don't think that. I mean,
how is that? Yeah.
I think that he's talking about traveling, not the other. Not the other. The trefoil leaf, if you will. So let me ask that question of Oh, sorry. I'm seeing all sorts of stuff in chat. I'm going to ask everyone if, sorry, I'm going to get there. The question I wanted to ask everyone was what we just saw, which was, what was the Easter egg for the weave that got Matt to Falme? Right? He was specifically talking about Matt with Falme, right? And we'll say one of these was just Lanfear's comment. Anything else that you think?
She says that you're very much awake, which is a clue to say you're not dreaming. This is not the dream world. You're physically here.
Right,
which
exactly.
Is, I guess,
yeah,
you know...
she does say that. Yeah.
So you think just her comments are kind of the...
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Because then we see her physically in Cairhien like hours later, if that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll ask, what was the Easter egg for the weave that got Matt to Falme? Lanfear's comments or something else? That's how... I mean, it's a chill night. That's how my polls are going tonight. 2 options. This thing, something else. Right.
This is for all the times when people are like, give us other or this is No, I mean, I like how she's previously given us rules for tel'aran'rhiod. You're like, you can die here, you can travel here, and now she's like, you're not dreaming, but you still traveled, mile, like 100 miles or 1,000 miles away.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense that is what we're probably talking about here. So, did I make it, Dusty?
Oh, her hair was long in that scene. Alexander Erickson, sorry. Her hair is always short in tel'aran'rhiod, and it's long in the real world.
There's 2 sources of light when Matt first looks up. Do we actually see the gateway closing? Is that what Finn's
well, let's go back. We can go back and watch this. Let's go back and watch it again. Look for some Easter eggs.
Oh, we need to look at Matt's eye reflection to see if there's a gateway closing. So there's that one shadow.
Yeah, I wonder if the shadow, I was like, could that really be it? But...
What's showing here?
Welcome to Falme.
She's already standing there.
I mean, the light through the window. It's...
Who are you? How did I get here?
That's my little secret.
I'm sorry. Who?
Oh, so yeah, the long hair thing is a kind of a giveaway too. I didn't think about that. So yeah, that's a good one. Is that the portal rotating and close? Yeah, that's a fun idea that the light is. So the it's a fun idea. I think that the light is signaling something. But I don't see it like that. You can't see something rotating in that. So I do like that the transition. I like the whole transition from the dirt to the floor to the carpet thing. I thought that was really cool. So anyway, I think that was an interesting piece that he talked about as far as traveling and an Easter egg. And there was one more. We'll watch that one. Favorite costume. This was kind of a fun answer. So here we go.
Favorite costume, there's a lot. If I were to go for someone as Halloween, it would probably be the High Lady Sura.
Okay, so we got to ask Kevin, what's your Halloween costume?
Oh man, it might be Turok. I think Turok has one of the best costumes in the entire season. Like the one we see him in the episode 8 promo stuff, or the stuff from the trailer. I think that's one of the best outfits in the entire show.
Yeah. How about you, Anas? What's your Halloween costume?
Lanfear at the party.
Lanfear at the party? Okay.
Yeah.
I like Rand's coat going into Speak with Siuan.
Yeah.
Like I could totally see wearing that coat around for Halloween. Who doesn't want to go around as the Dragon Reborn? So, sorry, this is true. I always do this with the names. Stuarty. I don't know. I keep on saying Stuarty, and I'm probably butchering that pronunciation too. It's pretty funny. Yes, having Lanfear and Matt have a moment too. I really liked bringing up that little kind of White Tower moment a bit. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping for some more Matt and Lanfear, but it did remind me of that. Again, the Dragon Reborn moment that we didn't get in the White Tower.
Right.
kind of getting this a little bit in Falme was fun.
I do have a Lanfear theory. I think this is back in episode 2. There's, I think, a novice that meets up with Nynaeve before Nynaeve follows Liandrin, and I'm sending you the screenshot here.
Okay.
Who I think this is like the when you're like, is that Lanfear? That random people who could be Lanfear is like there's someone who's like at Liandrin's door, and Nynaeve goes and is trying to find her, and this novice sort of person is like, oh, she just left or she went that way, and she had like a line or two, and I'm like,
oh man, this is a good one. I did not. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, you think that this is like an Elsie, Else Grinwell moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like let me ask this. Let me end this poll. 230 of you have voted on this. What was the Easter egg for the weave that got Matt to Falme? 83% of you said Lanfear's comments. There's still 17% of you. So
let me try to find the actual timestamp. If we could maybe go back and see.
I want to ask this. Like, is this a reference, or how should I ask this? Have we
seen Lanfear in masks?
Have we seen Lanfear in masks during season 2?
And don't just vote yes because she was Rand for a second, chat. Don't do that. Don't
no,
cheat.
that is
Yeah, so this is a good question. I love that this is I need to go back and is that just episode?
I think it's episode 2. I'll send you the
2?
timestamp. So
okay. What do you think, Kevin? Or you feel like we've seen Lanfear? Was that like do you like this as an Elsie or Else Grinwell?
I like it as an idea, yeah, especially the same episode we get introduced to her. I think it'd be, because now we have confirmation that we would have guessed that she can travel. Why wouldn't she be, infiltrating the White Tower at the same time if she has the time? I don't see why not. I think it's a good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the poll itself. Have we seen Lanfear? Okay, so far, it's been out for a minute, and it seems like a split decision so far on. Right.
So it's episode 2, about 24 minutes.
Episode 2, about 24 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, but I that was one of the things I like when I looked back, and I was like, they're giving us more things than they did in season 1 as far as Easter eggs and these throwaway things, and I was like, are there any that we've missed? And I'm sure we'll, that's something that Rafe may talk about once we're done. So I was like, this is one that we, looked back after we had read the books, and we're like, where did we see Forsaken before? So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me play this because it's now a little bit fun. Well, anyways, let's see. I love that, like, carrying some laundry, if you will. So here we go.
Little cabal have called for a vote, Alana. And unfortunately, in the hall, you speak as one, not 3. That is, if you intend to be here to speak at all.
Do you want to stay?
No. Moiraine. She needs us.
Oh, good. Did you come to help?
No. Leandrin told me I could come by. She...
Leandrin Sedai just left. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch her.
Yeah, I love that
there's too many lines for a character.
Okay.
He did say Sedai with a lot of scorn, and we know how much Lanfear hates the word Sedai.
That's true. Okay, let me look at what's our poll looking like so far. About
split.
Over 200 of you voted. This is still split. We're gonna leave this one going for a while. Let's see if we can't get a more definitive answer on this, or if it's just gonna hold with that. Let's again, we'll try bringing in. We're not gonna be able to bring in all the callers tonight, everyone, but we'll try to bring in some callers. Remember, headache. It's on you. Here we go. Welcome to the Dusty Wheel. Who's this?
This is Michael.
Michael, how are you doing tonight?
Amazing.
Good. You were sounding brighter than my headache, so that's good. So we haven't jumped into the part of the show where we're talking episode 8 just yet. So hopefully you're kind of feeling in the moment of talking about episode 7, or obviously full book spoilers. We can talk book stuff, but yeah, what's your comment? What's your thought?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's kind of exciting. I'm a huge fan since like the mid '90s, like many
Awesome.
people. So it's kind of exciting. And my thing was, I was thinking a lot about, the book depth versus the TV depth. The books, obviously there's 14, there's a massive amount of depth. Whereas the TV depth, one of my favorite characters, and it's these side characters, their acting is also so good, is Miri, played by, I believe it's Valerie Vakova, who plays the Damani who always points people out, which other people I think have commented on. It's those characters that add so much richness and depth, and that character's never said a word.
Yep. Just pointed, and like the emotion on that Damane's face, like when she shielded Egwene after they got out of the Waygate. That's been an interesting one. Like you said, I didn't even think about that, honestly. I didn't think about like that being a side character, but it is. Like it's definitely very kind of Robert Jordan-esque in that way of really pulling the side character into the main story in a way that has some significance that a lot of other authors just never have or do compared to how Robert Jordan did it. Let me ask you two that are listening in here to Mike, are there kind of side characters that you've thought that they've really pulled in as far as like kind of giving you that feel of like the texture of the world and really adding like depth that like the books do with its side characters? Like has there one stood out for you? Maybe Kevin, you go first.
Yeah, I think that, season 1, it was Leandrin, and I think the Leandrin of this season is Anver. She has been like, she's the kind of character that like, she is like demanding more screen time just by existing on the screen. Like you want to see more of her. You want to see her deftly maneuver the game of houses. I think that she was one of those casting choices that when it was first, announced in the wait leading up to season 2, we're like, why would they expand Moiraine's family? Like what's going to be the purpose of this? And now I'm like, I can't imagine this season without her in it, because she's so good. She adds so much to the show. That she's really been a big standout for me.
Anver is a great choice. Anas, is
there
one for you?
I think the Brown Aja detectives, the Yasuka.
Ooh, good one. Yes.
Yeah, I totally like. I want to like. This is like the sort of thing where when you get to like book 8 or whatever, season 6, you get a Yasuka episode. Later on how Robert Jordan did it. But I think. These are the sort of characters where you're like, oh, we had this person for a few episodes, but we had such a great reception that they were given a story going forward. And TV does that, I think, and it gives you that opportunity. And I think there are a few choices for that.
So for mine, it didn't turn out this season as much as I thought it was going to. Was Padden Fane. Like I really anticipated Fane kind of stepping into that side character role that has like relevance deeper into the plot. And that kind of shocked me, honestly, just how like he's shown up, but still kind of very season 1 showing up, if that makes sense.
Agree,
you could almost argue there's more Bail Doman than yes, there is more Bail Doman than Padden Fane, which is I'm not saying there shouldn't be. Yes, exactly. It's awesome, but it's surprising.
For sure. Michael, before we let you go, any final thought or comment you want to make?
I love the whole season, start to finish, all of it. I've been waiting for it to be live action for a long part of my life, and I'm just one of those fans. I don't pick it apart. I just enjoy it. I love all of it. So thank you for having me too. It's a good time.
Thank you, Michael. And hope you enjoy and join us tomorrow for the after show. Okay.
I will.
Soon. Okay, sounds good. See ya. Bye. I know people are like, Matt said tonight's show wasn't going to be very long. We haven't gotten to like episode 8 discussion, and there's like 4 callers right now. We'll see. We're not going to get all the callers in, everybody. We'll get like 1 or 2 more. Yeah, right now I feel like Fane is kind of like, you could cut him, and I wouldn't be as disappointed as last season I would have been. So I wonder what they're going to do with him at the end of this episode. Or at the end of the season. Let me end this poll. About 265 you voted on this. Have we seen Lanfear in masks during season 2? It broke out no's, have 55%. Innkeeper went for no. I feel like it kind of the one you brought up. It was something that they could always say was, right?
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of that
the
nod.
sort of,
They could always like, well, to me that's like an Easter egg, regardless that if it was or not.
I believe
it's Nynaeve coming up to the place where to an Aes Sedai's room, whatever, and having a novice in white or like at the door and kind of slipping away, and later on knowing that Lanfear shows up and talks to Liandrin and what we know goes on there. The idea of like, yeah, I love the nod, regardless that whether or not it was or wasn't her. So it's really good. Okay. So it feels like the right time. Like I said, guys, I don't know how much longer I will last. It feels like the right time to kind of get to episode 8 and let's talk about this. So I want to give everyone in chat, all the mods that don't want this to be anything spoiled, that don't want to watch any of the trailers. We're just going to watch the episode trailer. I think, as far as I know, there wasn't anything else. But if there was something else dropped today for episode 8, you can throw me a link into just a DM on Twitter. But I want to give everyone a moment to walk away and don't have anything spoiled, because we'll talk about episode 8 as we go. Yeah, I've thought about this question. Does anyone ever go back and score the polls to see how often we were right? I wish, Dallas, that I had the time and energy, or someone did, and they just like go back through. We do so many polls that it would just be like the most terrible thing to try to go through live chat and find them all. But that would be amazing. And yeah, so I'll try to remember the giveaway, since this will be the last one for a while. And if I disappear, I love you all. But like Matt, I'm at the end of my endurance for the night. Yeah, I'm getting there, right, Miss Sarah James? So I can't remember what I was even saying. That's where I am right now. Episode 8, everybody. We're moving on. Okay, let's do this.
Out for a second.
Let's watch the episode 8 trailer and then chat about it. Here we go. And I'll take this off of chat. Here we go. Let me unpin that message. It will be now, for those of you in chat, there's very few of this stuff left, but there was a season 1 kind of like show you the whole like end of episode 1. Sorry, not season 1. Episode 1. It showed you everything that was going to happen to the end of the season.
Wait, have you seen that?
I have not seen it, so I don't want to cover anything that's in there. I have not
seen
watched
it
that
too.
one.
I have not
So,
seen it too.
Really?
I don't want to cover anything that's in there. But you can cover stuff that showed up in the trailer, and like the images. Like we'll talk about Matt holding a staff is in one of the images that they released that we haven't seen yet. So, okay, here we go. Let's watch the preview for episode 8. This is such an important scene that begins this preview.
I have not seen this too, so this is.
Oh, okay, cool. Here you go.
Still don't understand why you only woke her.
Too dangerous, I think, the others. But everything that I could find out said that Lanfear, Therin, and Ishamael were inseparable before the War of Power. They were best friends.
Just like these kids.
What of the heroes of today? That is what we are now. We are all the heroes of another age's legend. I think it's time we start acting like it.
Many people will wake from the dream today.
To the tower! For the Lion Shinoa!
If you keep fighting him, you'll turn them all to the dark.
Who are you?
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. What was the scene that just? Well, before I jump into that, I saw a theory that blew my mind, and I almost feel like this must be it. So I don't want to like spoil that for people. But has anyone seen the Padden Fane, the Padden Fane Matt theory?
Oh wait, no, I haven't heard this one. Is it? It's not the one I said.
I don't know.
We still haven't seen the Padden Fane snarling with a dagger.
I know we haven't seen that from the trailer, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't realize. And so if you don't want to hear any theories, because I feel like I'm feeling so good at like this must be it. And this isn't my theory. I think I just saw someone on Twitter post this. So if it was yours, send me a note. But step away if you don't want to hear any theories, because I think this could be it. We were like Min's viewing of Matt.
Mm-hmm.
But Matt is connected to the dagger to Mordeath and Padden Fane. So if you have the dagger and you have a Padden Fane Mordeath connection, what if Min is seeing Padden Fane's future, not Matt's future? And so like when Matt sees himself in episode 7, he has that moment where he's seeing in the mirror, is he seeing, are some of those things actually not Matt, but related to Mordeath or related to Padden Fane instead? And I was like, okay, I would totally be in if that is the idea of how they're kind of tweaking the whole viewings thing. I would be okay with that would make sense to me. So
did Min see any viewings around Rand that were Moradin's? The crossing the streams after crossing the streams.
I'd have to go back. I can't remember.
Because if it worked within that metaphysics, it would definitely work within this. Because you would say Mashadar has corrupted him to the extent that Min's viewings of the pattern is just corrupted by that. Yeah.
By the way, Kara Sedai, if that was your theory, awesome theory. I'm a big believer in that one.
Theory,
so,
yeah.
And Protoser said there's no Mordeath in this show. Yeah, what I'm saying is the dagger is connecting them, and I'm referring to the dagger, whatever you want to call what tainted the dagger, the Mordeath connection to Padden Fane, but that the dagger is connecting those two. And you see like a stab of Rand, right? So the idea that Padden Fane with the dagger stabs Rand and wasn't Matt in the first place, I think I'm totally down with this theory. So I'll ask everybody here, like, do you agree with Kara Sedai's theory about
who's holding Rand?
Padden Fane?
It looks like Matt's robe holding Rand.
Right. Okay. So Matt looks like he's stabbed in that scene, right?
So by the way, I don't know if that should just again for posterity. So the theory is that Min's viewing of Matt stabbing Rand is actually Padden Fane stabbing Rand, because Matt and Padden Fane are connected because of the dagger. And so there is some kind of connection where she's seeing the wrong vision. And so I think that's the theory, and that's what we're going for. That's what I'm going to ask everybody in chat here. So
it's 2 hairs less loony than my theory that it's Padden Fane wearing a mask of mirrors as Matt Coffin. So that's why I'm like kind of buying into it.
That is a less loony theory.
The way I explained it is it's like the Spider-Man meme. It's Matt, Mordeath, Padden Fane. They're all the same. Yeah.
I like it. Padden Fane in the library with a cursed dagger. Exactly. Okay,
was always just like the personification of evil of Shadow Logos, so it doesn't really matter.
Now to the two of you, was there someone here? Was there a scene from that teaser that made you start theorizing or ask some questions, or something you saw where you're like, okay, we got to break that down? Or do you want to watch? Do you want to watch it again?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's watch it again, everybody.
I've seen it once.
So here you go.
I still don't understand why you only woke her.
Too dangerous, I think, the others. But everything that I could find out said that Lanfear, Therin, and Ishamael were inseparable before the War of Power. They were best friends.
Just like these kids.
What of the heroes of today? That is what we are now. We are all the heroes of another age's legend. I think it's time we start acting like it.
Many people will wake from the dream today.
To the tower! For the Lion Shinoa!
If you keep fighting him, you'll turn them all to the dark.
Who are you?
There we go. So now that you've seen it the second time, Innkeeper, was there a scene that like stuck out to you, or like I can't wait, or I'm excited for what I think this means?
I'm just like lost in the fact that I feel like this is going to be like end-to-end fighting. Like there's so much fighting in that teaser, right? So how much of this whole episode is going to be fighting? But I think I go back to the Ishamael fighting, like when Rand walks up to Ishamael, and has the sword drawn. Will we actually see a fight in the fight in the sky
with Ishamael there? Oh, gotcha. Because you see him. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that because we see him with Lord Turok.
Yeah,
we see it like we still don't have any reason to believe that he can handle a sword against anyone.
Right,
any
exactly. He was just standing there. Yeah.
So he comes up and we see that he has a sword, and then we see a sword with Ishamael. I don't know. That's a good question. Like, Kevin, do you think we're gonna get a fight in the sky?
Yeah, it's been like weirdly highly telegraphed that they would do something along those lines. I think it's just a matter of wondering how they're going to reimagine it. Is it going to be like? I think every time I've thought about this prior to them telegraphing that it could be in there was I don't know how they make it not look cheesy in a way that still is impactful for the characters that are seeing it. So I honestly I have no expectations for it. Every fan art I looked at of it isn't impressive enough for me. Like that's not a knock on the fan art. It's just none of them perfectly captured the vibe of the scene from the books for me. So I'm curious to see what their imagining of it looks like.
Okay, let me ask everyone that question here. Let me end this poll. About 170 voted on this. Do you agree with Kara Sedai's theory about Matt, Pat, and Fane connection? 48% said yes. 52% said no. Kira, that's how it goes. That's what happens in this.
That means it's a good theory.
Chat. That is a really good one. Are we getting a battle in the sky? And we'll say between. You just mean the battle in the sky between Rand and Ishamael, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll say yes or no on this one. I have a hard time believing we are. So I've totally changed my position on this topic since the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, I was like, Ishamael needs to die at the end.
Whoa, I didn't know that you. Oh, okay. So what is your position now?
My position is that he has to be alive at least for one more season because of what they've done with him. Like this whole season is built up. It would be really crazy that in this moment that they just take him and he's totally gone. So now I'm like on the opposite side of this, which will be funny if he does die here in this next episode. I would be like, oh man, wow. So it wouldn't surprise me if they don't give us that fight here, but we get a fight between them maybe at the end of season 3 potentially. That actually has something to do with sword fighting. Because again, a battle in the sky, sword fighting. A battle in the sky doing what? They could be channeling at each other. But I like the idea that the bigger aspect of this is the Horn of Lear, it's the Shan Chan, it's everything else. And Ishamael and Rand's thing is actually more of a side quest. Whereas their confrontation, I like the idea that we have that later in another season. So yeah, I've changed my mind on that. Is that you're like Innkeeper? You're like, wow.
No, I just feel like I think they have an easy out. Lanfear betrays Ishamael, and that's how he dies. Like they can easily make it work because you have an antagonist who's, she said, "I'm going to betray you," right? It was obvious. So they could make it work. But you're right. I am a Ishamael. Especially of the show, the person we're seeing now, I would want him to continue to be part of the story, for sure.
And this is true. Max Silva said what we've heard the most is bannered across the sky. No, Varen says a battle in the sky to Moiraine. They have set this up. So, but to me, battle in the sky could be heroes, not necessarily as in they think it's going to be this one thing and it's really just the heroes of the Horn potentially, but I could be wrong. like I was already on the side of like take him out, but I've changed my mind. So I get it. Like it could happen.
It would be interesting where you're like, the books give us like 3 Rand and Shyamalan fights, and we get 2 seasons and 2 books, and we get no Rand and Shyamalan
fights. That is true. I hadn't thought about it that way. Yeah, but again, that would actually be something that I would like, which is we don't get 2 of them.
Yeah.
We get 1. I like this. Andrew Berenson said, Matt is right. Ishii has to stroke Egwene's face.
Yeah, every Ta'veren face has to be touched. You know?
Thank you, April. I agree with you about Ishamael. Nice. Yes, it'll be interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
The main question I've had is, what's the answer to the question? Who are you? Like, what Rand is saying.
Oh, so I like tel'aran'rhiod's theory on this. And does someone have that tweet?
I can DM you. I've sent you a couple, but I'll send you that one.
Okay, send me that one real quick. Okay, cool. Oh wow, those are okay. So those images that you sent from that's winteriscoming.net listed some promo images, right? Okay, so while we look for that, I'm going to show you some promo images, everyone. These they don't feel like crazy spoiler to me. So let me show you these. Again, if you don't want to see any promo images, now leave. But these are episode 8 promo images. This one seems pretty obvious. We have Rand, and he looks like he's in the ways. So nice costume. It's the Rand costume. I like it. This one is kind of eerie, right? Because it does feel like this. You could definitely tie this to like the Damane and the sul'dam going out for battle, right?
Yeah, marching out of battle. Yeah,
marching out.
The faces are painted for the sul'dam, which it wasn't when they were trained.
Oh yeah, and that's Rima right there.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that one is pretty intense. Madeline Madden there. And then this one, again, spoiler, if you didn't want them, you should have left already by now. We've seen this in promos, like behind-the-scenes stuff, so we've already seen these images. But there we have...
You
have Lan and Moiraine. I know it's a surprise to you that both of them did not die in the ways. I apologize for anyone who thought they're definitely going to die in the ways. That was never going to happen. But
do you think Lanfear strands them somewhere else and takes Rand somewhere else?
I love the theory that Lanfear like tries to strand them in the ways and does take Rand. That would make so much sense to me. Yeah. So, but will we see that? We'll find out. So
yeah.
And then this one, we've seen this basically. So this shouldn't be a spoiler. Man, those helmets, wow, freaking great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, very insect-like, more so than some
of the other ones.
Yeah, well, I mean they're similar, right? But now they even look more insect-like.
They have like a crazy like predator.
Like an alien,
alien
predator like, kind of thing.
Meets the Shan Chan, dress.
So do you think those are just really, really big guys, or do you think those are Ogier in there? Because someone asked me that, and I hadn't considered them being Ogier, but they are bigger than Turok is, like quite tall comparatively.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. But their feet don't the Ogier have?
Oh yeah, we got to see those feet. Yeah, maybe not.
The feet. I'm looking at the feet back there. It doesn't seem like.
Do you think it's just framing with the?
It might be framing.
Yeah.
Could be. So yeah, that one was good. Can someone send me the one, just the post? Maybe send me the link to the post that from back in the day when the Wheel of Time shared images, and they shared one with Matt with a staff. So.
Oh yeah.
But this is one. Thank you very much for throwing this out here. This is the image. So the question is on the table is who is Rand talking to right in this moment here? Let's see if, there he is. He just says, "Who are you?" Right. So who are you? right? And I love the theory that, where's it at? I love this theory from tel'aran'rhiod that this is what it is. So nice job, Jen. This is my favorite. Like that is I love that mix of these two. Like if that's
the sun angle matches up,
I'll take it. Like I kind of hope that's it. So
really,
Village Mattress said, "Is this a live call and talk show?" It is. Let's bring our next caller in. I love the people that prompt us. So here we go. Let's welcome to the show. Hey, welcome to the Dusty Wheel. Who's this?
Great Innkeeper, as always. I raise my glass to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Kevin, Anas, raise my glass to you and to everyone in chat. What's up?
Sir, welcome. Welcome. So, what are you thinking, Norm? How are you feeling with us about to get the finale episode of season 2?
It's bittersweet because it's almost over. And, like everyone, I'm enjoying this season. And okay, two things. One, I cannot help but be bummed that I didn't get enough Matt. I wanted more Matt. I was happy with what I got. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted more Matt. But other than that, and Matt, I have to say that if I wasn't a book reader, and I just was watching the show, after watching, what's the actress's name who played Lanfear?
Natasha O'Keeffe.
Thank you. After Natasha O'Keeffe's performance, I would be a Lanfear fan too, because she knocked it out of the park.
She did.
And I love how the writers are making the villains very sympathetic in that they're not the mustache twirling, Iago or just I am evil because I can type of person. They actually have some sort of motivation behind it. And I think that is what makes this season much more more in depth, because you see the motivations. I mean, you're not supposed to like Liandrin. She was kind of like an ancillary character in the books. All of a sudden, she now has this backstory, and you're like, oh, dear God, she's just fracking off. And, of course, her performance, the actress' performance, oh, dear God, it was just beautiful through the entire series to date. And okay, is it just me? Can we ask chat, is she creepy or what, dude? What is this whole, I'm going to feel your face because I want to feel your face.
He cares about humanity. He cares about the end
Is that
of humanity.
what it is?
He's when he touches their face, it's like he's touching the humanity. He's like, I have you here with me, humanity, and I want to destroy you. Like when he's holding Matt in his arms, I agree that the villains have brought it. Like they've given us more complex villains. Well, I think they were always there in the books, except for Ishamael at the very beginning, but whatever. He's complex, but you learn about his complexity much later. They've given us the Moiraine version of him now, and I think that's added to the show. Kevin, when you see these two Forsaken, you're like, there's not room in this show for 6 more Forsaken. Like, how do you feel
At this point, I want them all released next episode because I want all of them in there. I just want them all just doing their own thing.
I want a couple to have already been released.
I can't. We can't do like a whole like build up. No offense to the other Forsaken out there, but you can't get a whole like 3 episode build up every time there's a reveal. Like we basically got in episodes 3, 4, and 5. That was a whole transition on Lanfear's character. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping we'll see more Forsaken. But someone said this. It's like, I want more Lanfear, but I want more Matt. Right, so more Matt, more Perrin. So I will say this. I know this maybe will shock some of you watching this. I have reached the moment where it doesn't actually matter if we get more Lanfear, because what we already have gotten with Lanfear is just so like we've gotten so much with Lanfear this season that like I know Lanfear's in the we just saw we saw like 2 shots of her. They mentioned that they were like inseparable friends. That's not quite how the books worked, but like the idea that Moiraine found this nugget of information that they were like best of friends, the 3 of them. It was like, okay, they're going to build that up a little bit. We're going to get some of that. So I know we're going to get more Lanfear. My point is, what we've gotten so far is just so incredible that if like the last episode did not have any Lanfear in it, I'd still be like, Lanfear was the greatest character in the season. Like it wouldn't matter.
That's fair.
But by the way, there's like so many comments now. I have to like show some. Eric, Matt Straight Lion. Don't let Lanfear hear what you say. I'm in shock. Lies. Wow. Yeah, Matt doesn't have a headache. He has a concussion. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Anas, clip it.
I mean, yes. I was like first thing I thought of. Is like,
it's really helpful to have already known that we're going to get her in episode 8. But it's again, yeah, I want to see I want to see Matt. I want to see Perrin, and Lanfear's been amazing. So Matt's got a fever. Somebody check on him. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do. So Matt doesn't want them to go over the top with Lanfear. Is that possible? Yeah. He'll retract this tomorrow. You guys are making me laugh.
Next week.
Kevin, have you reached this moment with Elaine scenes, or do you feel like you have not? No,
I haven't, but I think I'm okay with what we have gotten because this is her introductory season, and while she might not be obvious to, a show only person, my wife has watched and she's like, I know Elaine's one of your favorite characters, but I'm waiting to see why. And I'm like, that's good because you haven't seen why yet. That's a good statement to say because they haven't shown you why. So I like that I like the groundwork that they've laid for it. And I think she's going to have a couple moments to shine in the last episode, but I'll always take more, but I'm not upset with how much I've gotten. I guess I can say that much.
It's like the exact opposite where Matt's like, this is why she's my favorite character. Now you see.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was great though. It was well done.
The comments that keep on coming in and make me laugh. It doesn't actually matter, quote, if we get more Lanfear. I was eating. Matt wants me to choke to death. Go to bed, Innkeeper. You're drunk. I hear you. This is true. Should we watch Rafe's? Do you want to watch Rafe's answers to these other season or episode 8 questions?
Is Norm still with us?
Norm's just hanging out with us here.
Here. Okay.
Norm.
I just want to be sure Norm.
Norm, I will let him go. What you're saying is don't just leave Norm hanging. Norm, any final thought from you before we let you go and we get episode 8 tomorrow?
I just want to say that respectfully, I disagree with the whole Luce Theron, Ishii, Lanfear best friend thing. Because if you think about it, the way Luce Theron had the relationship that he had with Lanfear, and how Rand is having his relationship with Lanfear, and how pretty much bulk of his any conversation with any of the Forsaken was either with the Shamael or Lanfear. I mean, anytime he got into a deep conversation about, Elend, you did this, that, and the third. How could you do blah, 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 blah? You only say that and you only hurt that much if they were truly dear friends. Because they always say you only hurt the ones you love. And any time that when Rand opened up his heart literally to Lanfear and said, hey, this is me, see, nothing about you. You can't do that unless you truly trust the person that you're doing with, or that person will not take advantage. So I can see how the show can, kind of intrude or construed, I should say, making those three a triangle as best friends, because it makes sense if you look deep enough with the conversations between the three of them in the books and how they're interacting in the show. So that's my 2 cents.
You're on board for it. Okay.
Have a great night.
Have a good one, Norm.
Yeah, you guys have a
good
great night.
Good to hear from you.
Get well.
See ya. Later. Bye.
Bye, Norm.
Let me ask everyone there in chat. Let me end this poll. Are we getting a battle in the sky between Rand and Ishamael? 72% of you say yes. Okay. There you go. And then we'll ask this one. Do you like the idea, the show idea, that Lanfear, or, well, I guess we'll do it this way. Moiraine, Elon, and Luz were best friends. Yes or no? Okay. Cool. Let's watch. We're going to, if you, again, don't want to hear anything having to do with episode 8 from Rafe, then right now is a great time for you to step away. We're going to watch these 3 questions that we didn't cover. I didn't think that they were like terribly spoilery. There's stuff that we kind of expect already, I think. So, but again, if you don't want to hear anything about episode 8, right now is a good time for you to leave. And
biggest risk
here we go. Sorry. This is what was the biggest risk and biggest reward in shooting season 2 here?
Took in shooting season 2 is we actually went to the city of Dakhla in Western Sahara, Morocco, where no one had ever shot a TV show or movie before, to pick up a lot of the beach scenes in episode 8. And it definitely had its difficulties, but I think the reward is huge and you feel those amazing locations on the show. There's so many.
That one,
favorite.
that one. Here you go.
Kalapenka, the wolf, is truly one of our best actors. She deserves unlimited awards for her performance, especially in episode 8. You will see something that is incredibly impressive and is not CGI. That is full wolf performance. The most outstanding moment of the season for me as a Wheel of Time fan is in the finale, and would be a spoiler, so I can't give it to you, but I think there's a couple that are pretty outstanding. The finale, without spoilers, am most excited for fans to see a certain moment with Matt, Coffin, and a musical instrument.
There you go.
It's funny how he's like without spoilers.
Without spoilers. I'm excited for book fans. Yes. I'm excited for book fans. Yes, we have an idea of what's coming, right? So, and that is one of those things. Interesting comments about the wolf. About Hopper, and hoping that this all comes together. Honestly, and maybe this is a good spot for us. Let me go through and make sure you didn't. Did you send me something still? Kevin?
I sent you the staff, and then there was also another promo clip that had some new scenes in it, but we don't have to do that one too as well.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to cover that one tonight because I think I've seen it, and it would take like probably another half an hour of the show. So if you want to,
don't want to send me down that rabbit hole again.
No. If you want to go watch that clip, you can. Everyone, we can throw that link out there. But yeah, but we did see this. This is an image that was released, and seemingly maybe it's a staff of some type. Didn't we think that there was like a bird maybe on the staff right here? There's like
a raven.
There's like a raven.
Like a carving, yeah.
Yeah, carving here. So someone brought that up. So it'll be interesting to see how this comes into play to the actual show itself. What do you anticipate runtime to be on us? What's your runtime guess?
I think
total,
the most we've gotten as far as total is an hour 9.
Yeah.
I think is I think it would probably be about that, hour 9, hour 10. I don't think I hope it's not an hour. I think we need that extra even 8-7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean I'm hoping it's like hour 15. There's my runtime.
Wow,
Kevin, what do you think the full runtime of the episode's going to be?
Yeah, I think that my expectations are set for 75 minutes, so an hour and 15. I would love if they had 90 or 120 minutes, but I'm not going to set myself up for that disappointment. So 75 would be plenty.
Yeah. By the way, Light Blinded Fool said, "Is that Raven or a hawk? Could that be a weapon Archer Hawkwing gives Matt?" That's an interesting idea.
Could be.
Could
he
be.
doesn't call him Gambler then, yeah.
I'm gonna end this poll 4 minutes in. Do you like the show idea that Moiraine, Elon, and Luz were best friends? 83% of you said yes. Okay. And I'm seeing some people hour 20. 90 minutes, I just don't believe it.
I would love it. I just don't know if it's even possible.
Yeah,
that would be a true shock for me.
I have a hard time believing that is going to happen. So, okay. Yeah, this is a great. You want me to read your quote?
Yeah.
This is a great one. Do you want to read it? This is a book quote. Everybody enjoy.
Matt's hand shook as he raised the horn of Valir to his lips. It was a clear note, golden as the horn was golden. The trees around them seemed to resonate with it, and the ground under their feet, the sky overhead. That one long sound encompassed everything. Out of nowhere, a fog began to rise. First thin whips hanging in the air, then thicker billows, and thicker until it blanketed the land like clouds. From The Great Hunt, Chapter 47, The grave is no bar to my call.
There it is, everyone. Yeah. On that note, let's hope we see something having to do with that. somehow related just to that one.
If I feel how I feel just reading that anytime tomorrow when I watch the show, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, and we didn't have a ton of time to break down all the stuff we saw on the new teaser. You know, Ingtar is there. We see Nynaeve in a sul'dam, outfit.
There's a loyal speech,
getting everybody going. Yeah, like that's gonna be awesome. So, well, thank you both for being here. I know, again, we could go talk on this for a long time. Like I said, we'll only take a couple calls tonight. I got to get to bed. I got a headache. And as a reminder, though, tomorrow we're back here. We're starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, Innkeeper?
Yes.
I think we have it starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be a pre-show for an hour. I will join the pre-show to just kind of enjoy the hype, and I'll be reminding everybody what I'm doing, which is while you guys are all prepping for the hype, I will be looking at my computer and everything and signing out of my accounts, because I will be stepping away at 8 p.m. Eastern when you're all like, it's dropped. I'll be signing out from social media, and I will be back a week later to watch it for the first time with Daniel Green and Brandon Sanderson. We'll do a live kind of watch and reaction show next Thursday. So just expect that. So,
you want me to do a giveaway?
Throw a giveaway in. Yeah, we need to do that. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Thank you for. There we go. You should see the giveaway. You've probably already seen it in chat by the time you hear us talking about this. Exclamation point raffle is how you enter. You were feel free to enter, Kevin. You also can.
I already did.
Good. Oh yes, you did. There you are.
I had a question, Matt.
Yeah, go for it.
What is the Innkeeper's family doing with episode 8?
Ooh, that's a great question. They have fallen behind.
Oh, okay.
So like, my wife is still Innkeeper's wife has yet to really watch all. Oh no, she did see all of episode 5 and 6. I just don't think she's seen 7 yet.
Okay.
I think she has seen 6, but not 7 yet. And so I think we're kind of stuck at 6. So there, I'll tell him to watch 7. Taylor is honestly still, he wants to kind of go through the season. He's had too much work, and he's he wants to go through the season with me. And so we might do some like post-season, like either live watch with Taylor or live commentary after Taylor watches it. So we'll do like a live show. He's watched it and we'll get Taylor's feedback. So yeah,
that'd be fun.
That'd be fun. We can save some of those for the slog, the off season, whatever you want to call it. So, by the way, I'm seeing everybody enter the raffle. Good luck. Why don't you go ahead? Should we give them another minute to, you have 40 seconds by the time you hear this comment on your screens to enter the raffle, and then it will get closed. So any final thoughts from you, Kevin, going into tomorrow?
Just that I've been really happy, really pleased. I think that this season has exceeded my expectations from the start, and I'm glad that they've shown up in the way that they talked it up. Like, their talk was not cheap. All the hype that they were building in the pressers beforehand did not feel hollow when watching it. So I'm pretty happy about that.
That is, well, there's one last piece that could, which is the comment about the battle. I don't know why they ever, like, that one still gets me, like, why did you say that? Like, we could have come into this thing.
Kingdom of Heaven and Braveheart? I don't know what they're big movies.
300, I don't know, something like that.
I don't know why did they even say that? And now my brain is like, there's no way this thing matches up. So maybe it does. Maybe they'll be just
We'll
like
find
totally
out.
surprise me.
I mean,
So,
you'll find out.
They're in luck. I haven't
there you
seen
go.
any of those movies, so it already lives up to those expectations. So, you know.
Yeah. Transient said they're nailing it so far. I think they'll stick the landing. I'm hoping.
I mean, it's
here we
called
go.
What Might Have Been, right? So
Will they stick the landing in episode 8? There's your final poll of the night. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And while we do that, why don't we close that up, raffle, and pick our winner? Who wins here, Innkeeper?
All right. John Schmidt.
Congratulations, John.
So all you got to do is just reach out to me through Discord. You can find the link in the description of this video or on social media. All I need is your email address, and you'll get this gift certificate to the store sometime in probably late October, honestly. Late October, early November. It's just, I have so much to catch up on. And just even doing this season was a lot for the live streams. So congratulations, John. Like I said, you can ask around, but just jump through onto Discord really quick and send me a note and your email address, and I will send that to you sometime in the coming weeks. If any of you out there have won one of these and haven't heard back from me, feel free to send me a note, or my fellow Innkeeper. Feel free to send us a note, just as a reminder, hey, still waiting. Those help. I know some of you have been waiting a long time. I apologize. This is not my job. I try to make it all work and sometimes just don't get there. So that being said, let me end this poll. Will they stick the landing in episode 8? About 170 have voted on this. 91% are in the yes, they're going to stick the landing. So I hope so. And you'll all know a week before I do how you feel about that. So I can't wait to talk to you after that's over. So that's it, everyone. That's all I got in me.
You did it, Matt. You did it.
I did it.
You made it to the end.
Somehow we did an hour and 45 minutes still. It's so funny.
Kind of normal.
We just want to say the normal runtime. So Kevin, thank you for being here. Innkeeper,
anytime.
Hannes, can't wait to see you both tomorrow on social media for the short time that I'm on there, and looking forward to the after show that I will not be at. So thank you all. And that is it for us at the Dusty Wheel. As we sit around here, good night from the Dusty Wheel, and smash to black. Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. You went right to kill it. Look at you, you're all ready. You're just done. I mean, this is like this is
really well. And now I'm like, great, my turn. And if you don't like that, and you want to say, well, Robert Jordan could have made the two rivers all white. He could have, but he didn't. So,
Just complimented me on my dress, and as you can clearly see, I'm not white.
I see Lukomi as something along the lines of a Shadowharan analog.
It does make sense why it outlasted the breaking.
Yeah.
See, this is why I have Therese in the show, because she's going to correct everything that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dusty Wheel Show. What? Remoff Challenge! Yay!
Terrible, baby face mounted on a huge body. So all of a sudden,
this is not just a traditional fantasy, right? There are sci-fi
And
elements.
just a moment ago, Rafe tweeted something. So let me get my guests in here with me, and
probably I would say put in 70, 80% of the work. I got to be over the shoulder and be like, no,